Okay, so this is just a short video for anyone who's worried about having vaccines forced upon them. I do believe the High Court of Australia has already spoken on the subject. So section 5123A, specifically the section within that says, but not so as to authorise any form of civil conscription. And there's a couple of quotes here from a couple of cases that are listed there. And this is the British Medical Association versus the Commonwealth. Latham CJ said, while the Commonwealth Parliament can validly make laws with respect to the provisions of the benefits and for medical and dental services, it is not authorised to make laws providing for the complete control of medical services rendered by any person to any other person, nor does the Commonwealth legislator have the constitutional power to control the practice of the medical profession completely or to such less extent as Parliament might think proper. Latham went on to say, the object of conferring power upon the Commonwealth Parliament to make laws for the provisions of pharmaceutical benefits was to enable the Parliament to make laws with respect to the provisions of pharmaceutical benefits by the Commonwealth under a scheme which should involve no compulsion of service by any person, which would leave every person according to his own will, and not by reason of the exercise of the will of Parliament or of any other person, at liberty to take part in the execution of the scheme or to stand outside the scheme altogether, whether as doctor, as chemist, or as patient. This statement of constitutional objectives contained in the prohibition on the powers of the Commonwealth elucidated the rights and values protected by the guarantee. With regard to patients, the constitutional objective was to safeguard the right to be free from governmental interference in making choices about one's health care, which John Stuart Mill regarded as a fundamental civil right. According to Mill, the only purpose for which the power can be rightfully exercised over any member of a civilised community against his will is to prevent harm to others. His own good, either physical or moral, is not a sufficient warrant. Consequently, each adult person of sound mind is the proper guardian of his own health, whether bodily or mentally or spiritually. From Georgiadis versus Australia and Overseas Telecommunications Corporation, Mason, CJ, Dean and Gaudron, J, observed that it is often said in relation to constitutional guarantees and prohibitions that you cannot do indirectly what you are forbidden to do directly. That maxim is, in fact, an important guide to construction, indicating that guarantees and prohibitions are concerned with substance and not form. I hope this has been of assistance to people.